Amid the COVID-19 pandemic, candidates are still allowed to conduct indoor and outdoor campaign activities such as meetings, caucuses, conventions, as well as motorcades and caravans. But all of these are subject to the approval of the COMELEC Campaign Committee. The Commission established this committee to regulate which activities may be done in a particular area depending on the COVID-19 situation in that very area. And every candidate must apply to the COMELEC Campaign Committee whenever they want or whenever they plan to conduct an activity in any area. And apart from this, because this is the first ever campaign amid the pandemic, there are also a lot of things that can no longer be done, such as the house-to-house campaigning, hugs, kisses, or crowdings that would violate social distancing and minimum public health standards, as well as distribution of food and drinks. Riza?
Greg, Senator Manny Pacquiao appealed for looser restrictions. Do we have news or has the COMELEC responded to that? And are there any other candidates running again for May 2022 polls appealing for the same eased guidelines?
Riza, for now, it is only presidential aspirant and Senator Manny Pacquiao whom we have heard appealing for the COMELEC to loosen their restrictions about the things that cannot be done in their campaign activities during this pandemic, particularly the taking selfies or distribution of shirts. We have relayed this concern of Senator Pacquiao to the Commission, but the COMELEC has yet to respond, and we will try again to have the Commission's statement on this. But if we are to, based on the recent statements or the previous statements of the Commission, they have highlighted that all of these are measures to prevent a further surge of COVID-19. Riza?
Greg, a PCIJ report says some candidates have spent at least 500 million pesos on campaign ads. Do we have information on who has spent the most according to this report?
Yes, sir, based on that PCIJ report based on data from Nielsen, it has reported that Senator Panfilo Lacson, presidential aspirant Panfilo Lacson, was reported to have spent close to 1 billion or 915 million pesos for advertisement. He's followed by Manila Mayor Isko Moreno, who was reported to have spent around 700 million pesos. Next is the Vice President Leni Robredo, who was reported to have spent about 500 million pesos. And then presidential aspirant and former Senator Ferdinand Marcos Jr., who was reported to have spent around 330 million. And Pacquiao, or Senator Pacquiao, came in fifth, who was reported to have spent just around 1.7 million pesos, but only for print ads. Riza?
Greg, are there COMELEC guidelines regarding campaign spending, and how much can a candidate actually spend?
Yes, Risa, based on the Fair Elections Act, there are certain limitations on how much each candidate may spend on, depending on the numbers of the registered voters, or depending on the positions they are running to, or also depending on where they have filed their certificate of candidacy. For example, for those who are running for president or vice president, they are allowed to spend maximum of 10 pesos per registered voter. So if we are having 65 to 67 million registered voters for the May 2022 polls, each of this presidential and vice presidential aspirants may spend up to around 650 to 670 million pesos. But aside from that, their part, if they are running under a political party, their party may spend about 5 pesos per registered voter. So, Risa, the provision of the Fair Elections Act for the campaign spending is decreasing depending on the number of the registered voters where they are running. So it would be much smaller if an individual is running in a locality. Earlier, COMELEC Director 3 Eliza David clarified that the PCI, the spendings that have been mentioned in the PCIJ report are not still part of the monitored spending by the COMELEC, because all the spending that will be monitored would only start tomorrow as the campaign period starts for those running for national posts. Riza?
Well, thank you for that update. That's Greg Gregorio reporting live from COMELEC in Manila.